The Cleveland Cavaliers have a golden opportunity as their G League has been ran so well, and they just made a blockbuster deal that could allow the Cleveland Cavaliers to have a former NBA All-Star on their roster. I'm Matt Palange with Cavs Digest. If you guys haven't heard about this news, well, thank you guys so much for joining me here to learn about the deal that the Cleveland Cavaliers G League team just made and why it could benefit the Cleveland Cavaliers main roster in a very, very good way. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as a lot of you that watch these videos are actually not subbed to this channel. If you want to stay updated with everything Cavaliers, from post-game thoughts, pre-game thoughts, injury reports, and trade news like this, even from the G League, because I want to point out the hidden gems that the Cleveland Cavaliers G League has, because their G League is ran so well. Enaruna, Naquan Tomlin, Jalen Tyson played G League time, like Craig Porter Jr. did too. Now you got this guy who I'm going to talk about today. So I'm sure you see the thumbnail. We're going to dive right into it here. The Cleveland Cavaliers G League team made a trade for Victor Oladipo. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with Victor Oladipo if you are a Cavs fan, because he was the team that the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018 beat in the first round of the playoffs. He was having his best season of his career, and he was averaging over 20 points per game. I'll show you guys his career stats, his G League stats, so stay tuned for that, as well as the fact that I believe Oladipo can still actually play. The Cleveland Cavaliers G League team basically has an NBA bench. Like, Killian Hayes has been performing very, very well. As I said, Enaruna is very good. Naquan Tomlin, who they pulled up from the G League, and they found, like, their G League is ran so freaking well. Yes, Oladipo battled injuries his whole career, and after the Pacers, he kind of regressed a lot due to injuries. But he's trying to make a way back to the NBA, and this could be his chance as the Cavs acquire him from the Wisconsin Herd. Let's first look at his G League stats so you guys can kind of get a general background of what he's doing, what he did for the Herd, and what he might do for our Cleveland Charge G League team. So he's averaging 13.5 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.9 assists currently in the G League, which is a pretty solid G League player, especially with what he's battled injury-wise. He's been in the league since 2013. This was actually, it's funny, because this was actually the player that we should have taken over Anthony freaking Bennett, who we took with the first overall pick in 2013. Oladipo was picked right after Anthony Bennett, and we should have picked Oladipo instead, now that we look back at it, which is funny that we kind of came full circle. Of course, Giannis was in that draft too, but no one knew Giannis was going to be better than Anthony Bennett at the time, I guess. So, except the Bucks, apparently. He's kind of old, 24, about to be 34, excuse me. So he's getting up there in age. Yeah, it's a rough life for him as he battled so many injuries and just couldn't find his way consistently on an NBA roster whatsoever. But he's finding his way on the Cleveland Charge. And as I said, this G League is ran very, very well because Oladipo was a former superstar. I mean, you kind of look at his NBA stats, which I'm going to show you here. He's a 17-point scorer, not the most efficient, 40%, 35% from three. Not the most efficient shooter scorer, but he had a very, very good career, at least scoring-wise. He was good in Orlando when he was young. He was in a dunk contest, if you guys remember. He did like some 720 reverse dunk. That's what I remember him for. And then I remember him for his performances in 2018, where he was having an MVP-like season, basically carrying the Pacers to the 5 seed. Yes, they ran into 2018 LeBron in the first round, but I have it highlighted. You're going to see it on here. I have it highlighted. His best season. Look at it. Oh, wait. Sorry. I should have kept it on the other one. His best season highlighted all the way on the far right. You see 23.1 points per game. You can kind of see. On the Magic, 14-point scores. 18, 16, 16, 23, 18, 14, 20. Like, he was just an outright scorer. Could handle the ball. Was a good defender as well. Just a good overall basketball player that the Cleveland Cavaliers have acquired. And yes, as I said, he's old. He's getting up there in age, but he can still perform at a very, very good level. This was him just recently in the G League, guys. Yes, this video is going to take forever to load. I'm sorry about that. But you can kind of see he was a very, very good, he's still a very, very good athlete. Like, just, this was against the Charge. I'm sorry this video is in slow motion, guys. Just keep watching it. You can kind of see he can get up still, man. Number 52 is strange, by the way, but he can still get up. Just still a good athlete, able to go in and out, crossover against Travers, who's a good defender too, by the way, and he gets up and elevates for this dunk. Just a great athlete still, even at his age, even after the injuries he has battled. He's still a good athlete, and that's why I think I'm so happy that the Cavs got him, because I do trust that Oladipo is still a good player. And as I said, he's an NBA bench player still currently. And if the Cleveland Cavaliers struggle at the shooting guard spot at all this season, let's say they have injuries, this could be a guy that you want to pull up on a two-way deal or just pull up on your roster. This was in the preseason, by the way. He was playing for an overseas team against Spurs. Good move. Step back jumper. Does fall. Still a good basketball player. He is. And I do totally believe that even at his age, he's going to be very, very solid for the G League team. And as I said, I can totally see Oladipo finding his way onto a main roster sometime eventually, probably, with just his pure ability to score the ball, because he knows how to score the ball still. I showed you 2 clips. Yes, I'm sorry that they took forever to load and that they were slow, but nonetheless, a profound scorer in the NBA for years. He is undersized at the shooting guard spot. He's basically a worse Donovan Mitchell. The way he played when he was with Indiana was like Donovan Mitchell, just an elite slasher who can hit jumpers, but will mainly find his way scoring in the paint, slashing ability, dribble, dunk, dribble, floater, stuff like that. That was just kind of the way he played when he was with Indiana, and he was scoring 18 points a game. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys think that Oladipo has a chance to make the main roster? Am I over-exaggerating how good of a move this actually is? Nonetheless, I still love to see the G League perform well, especially when we've seen guys like Enaruna find a way to roster. Naquan Tomlin has found his way to getting a primary roster spot, not just a two-way deal. Is this G League trade show you guys how good the G League is ran and developed? Now we know. Even when because the Cavaliers are not in a good contract situation, we know their finances are not the best, but they have young guys, or not I guess Oladipo's not young, but they have G League type of players who are NBA ready. As I said, Enaruna, Norshad Omier, I can totally see him getting a two-way roster spot eventually, especially with his size and his athletic ability as a big man. Naquan Tomlin already got his chance, so the Cleveland Cavaliers have guys in their G League system that gives them a good opportunity to pull up players whenever needed. I think that makes an organization significantly better when you have the rights to certain players who are main roster ready at any point. And that is why I personally love this move, because it's a good opportunity to have a pure scorer at the shooting guard spot. We know Merrill's the shooting guard. We know we have Mitchell. Keon Ellis is a guard as well. So you have players at the guard spot that you're going to want to play over Oladipo at the moment. But if Oladipo keeps playing well in your G League, it gives you a good opportunity to pull him up and hopefully have some sort of success in the NBA. I would love to see Oladipo back, and I'm really happy that Cleveland Cavaliers have the rights to him now. So let me know what you guys think about this move. I hope you guys learned something, or at least enjoyed this video nonetheless. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated with everything's Cavaliers. I'm Matt Palange, and thank you guys so much for joining me here on Cavs Digest.